Good morning, folks. Right, on a very cold morning here in Derbyshire, I'm finally getting around to zeroing the Reximex. I've stopped coughing, my chest is getting a lot better, and my nose is getting a lot better, so all good things. So I'm going to go and pop some of these targets right at the very top of the garden, right up there. So from where I'm shooting, top of the garden is 20 metres. So that's a card I'm going to go and put up. Nothing on it. Brand new card. So we're going to see just how good the Reximex is on zero. I've already zeroed it up. So let's test the accuracy. Pellets I'm using are Air Arms Diablo Field. I'm using the 452s, which I find work a little bit better. We still got the one magazine, which I'll show you how we go about loading that. And let's see just what a sub 400 pound rifle will group like. Admittedly, this is only 20 yards or 20 meters. So I'm confident that this rifle is going to group really well. So let's go and put the target up and go and see what we can get from it. Right, target's up. Magazine completely empty. Pellets straight out of the tin. So we'll load the magazine up as I've shown you. There's an arrow on the front of the casing. Rotate that all the way around. Put your finger over the hole at the back and drop your first pellet in. And then just rotate the front face round so that you can continue loading the pellets all the way around. I know that this is going to be the boring bit as I use my freezing cold fingers to drop the pellets in each one of the holes. I've not done anything to the pellets at all. The pellets are what I've used to do all the testing on this rifle. It was a full tin when I started. So by the time I've finished my testing, I'll have put 500 pellets down this rifle. And after zeroing, I must say I'm very impressed with the accuracy. I've actually put a Vyrax silencer on the end of this because a couple of people have asked how quiet it is with the Vyrax silencer. So I'll just turn that around there. You can see the Vyrax silencer on the end. So we've still got just over 2000 psi in here. Bolt open, magazine snaps into place very nicely, and hopefully if I just pop that up there like that, you should be able to get a good idea of the noise that comes, or lack thereof, of noise that comes out of this rifle. Right, 14 shots. Here we go. As you can see, I'm not hesitating too much. I'm just rattling them through. Maybe if I took a little bit more time, I'd get the grouping much tighter, which is what I'll do after this. But I just want to know whether I've got the scope pretty much bang on. So there we go, magazine's empty, side lever's pulled all the way back. Can't really see it because I'm on the wrong side. Pull the side lever back, push the magazine out, and one magazine completely empty. And as you can tell from that, it is really quiet. I'll go and fetch the target card down and we'll have a look at what the target card shows. Right, so I put full magazine through this. Got it zeroed up. I don't think that's too bad, considering that I'm very cold, my fingers are very cold, and I'm probably not shooting at my best at the moment, but I don't think that's too bad. I can cover it up with my finger. It'll probably cover up with a 5p piece. But I'll take some photos of that and show you exactly, or do some measurements. Now, I set out to do this review on a rifle that I've never actually looked at, shot. I've seen various other reviews on this rifle, and I don't know whether it's just me, but some of the reviews seem to be a little too good to be true, let's say. Now, having used this rifle myself, my honest opinion of this rifle is you get a hell of a lot of rifle for under 400 quid. This rifle will compete with my air arms. Yes, you heard that right. This rifle will compete with my air arms. I think if I was having a better day, I could probably stack the pellets one on top of each other. I was swaying about just a little bit. I am quite cold. But to all intents and purposes, this rifle will perform exactly the same as any of your big brand rifles. That's not saying that, you know, stop buying your big brand rifles. But for somebody that's just getting into shooting air rifles, they want to get into the sport, they don't want to spend nearly £1,000 on top-end BSA, air arms, day state, whatever rifle. There are rifles out there that will genuinely perform as well as those top-end rifles. This Reximex Lyra is one of them. If I was in the market to look at buying maybe a second rifle, I'd have one of these. And you all know me, the people that do know me know that I'm an air arms man through and through. But this thing is phenomenal. For the amount of money that you're not spending, you can afford to top it off with an expensive scope if you so wish. I've got my MTC Mamba on there. If you ask me, it's probably too much scope for this rifle, but it's the scope that I had to hand. To be perfectly honest with you, if you are wanting to get into the sport of air rifle target shooting, or you just want a back garden plinker, if you want something you're going to enjoy shooting, because let's face it, there's a lot of spring piston rifles out there that aren't terribly good, and in my mind that stops people from getting the enjoyment that they should out of the sport. When you buy an inferior quality product, you're not going to get the enjoyment that you want from it. So for that little bit extra, you go down the route of a pre-charged and you buy a Reximex, and you're going to be very, very happy indeed. So in conclusion, is it worth what the RRP is? Yes, most definitely. Does it perform like some of the top-end rifles? Yes, most definitely. Would I have one myself? Yes, most definitely. So that to me gives the sense that if people are out there wanting to buy something that's cheap, but not so much on the cheerful side, but you want something that's going to do exactly what you want from a rifle, this is the one you want. RRP's $375. I've seen them selling for $399, but even at $399, you're getting a cracking rifle for under 400 quid. There's various outlets. You can walk into any of your gun shops. If you're in Derbyshire, there's Brampton Gun Room, Claycross Air Rifles, Derbyshire Air Guns, Neville's of Alfreton, Belper Guns and Tattle, all them. You can walk in there, tell them that you want a Reximex. If they've not got one in stock, they will order one for you. But I would say to anybody, if you doubt me and you doubt the review that I've done on this rifle, find one and try it for yourself. You are going to be very well impressed with what these rifles can do. Now, whether you believe me or not, that's your choice. But I've got no bias. I'm not keeping this rifle. I've got no reason to say, yes, it's absolutely brilliant because it's going in my gun cabinet. It's not. This is going back to range right. I'm not keeping it. So my honest, no BS review on this rifle is that it does what it says on the tin. It's cheap, and you will get a lot of enjoyment out of shooting this rifle. Just do it a little bit better than me. Anyway, that's it. If you've enjoyed this, come back next time. If you want me to review anything, and you can put your points of view forward. If you want me to review a different rifle, a different pistol, drop it in the messages, comment, let me know what else you want to see me do, because I want to do reviews that you want to watch. This one's my very first one, so I do apologise if you think that I'm waffling or going on a little bit, but I am genuinely impressed with what this rifle can give. If it was rubbish, believe me, I would tell you that it was rubbish, and don't waste your money. For me, this is a cracking piece of kit. So, buy one. Buy one now.